Hello there, and welcome to another exciting episode of Brodie's Bedtime. With me, Brodie's dad, and of course my special friend Toronto, who's hiding down here. Come on, Toronto, you come to say hello.
Oh, yes, I'm just coming.
Yes, I found this. What did you get this out for? Ow! Okay, no violence, no violence. You promised no violence. Yes, as you can see, Toronto is holding a tennis racket. Who's the tennis racket? I can play tennis with it. Yes, that's a very good impression of Monica Seles, I suppose, actually. Yes, that is a tennis racket, Toronto. Yes, Toronto and I have been playing tennis. We went down to the courts earlier today and got some good rallies going. Oh, yes, we did. And I won quite easily, it would seem. I thought you'd be quite good. Yes, well, we don't really have tennis in Canada. Well, you do. You just don't have many Canadian tennis players. I looked earlier. There's not that many famous ones.
Oh, dear. Can I put this down now?
Yes, we'll put the rackets down. But yes, tennis. And as I said, there was one semi-famous Canadian tennis player called Greg Rosetsky, but he applied for British citizenship and became British instead, which kind of upset everybody in Canada.
Did he win anything?
He didn't win any of the Grand Slams or anything.
What's a Grand Slam?
Oh, well, I'm glad you asked. Yes, there's well, we'll get to that in a second.
Yes, should we look at the balls first?
Yes, okay, you bring the balls. So yeah, these are tennis balls, and which Toronto's just handing me there. So these are brand new tube of tennis balls. So it makes this wonderful sound when you open it. I think they're kept in an airtight container like that to keep the balls good. There you go. There is a tennis ball. It's new tennis balls. Smell of summer, because the tennis season is the grass season is almost upon us, and so we were talking about Grand Slams, which is one of the four major tennis tournaments. So you have the Australian Open at the start of the year, and then right at the end of the season in September, you have the US Open, and there's also the French Open, and finally there's the Championships, which are which take place at Wimbledon in London, and the tournament's often just known as Wimbledon, but it's a very, very fancy tennis tournament. It's got a strict dress code for players, and people like to go there and eat strawberries and cream, which is what it's kind of famous for. But the current male champion of Wimbledon is Novak Djokovic, and the current female champion is Angelique Kerber, I think.
Yeah, sounds about right. Who's won it the most then? Djokovic?
No. The female who's won it the most is Martina Navratilova. She won it 9 times. But she's retired long ago, and it's been won 8 times from the men's by Roger Federer, who's Swiss. He's a great player, and they love him now. I think he's still playing. Just I don't think he's won it in a few years though.
That's quite exciting.
Well, yeah, it is. So that's tennis rackets and tennis balls. And we spoke a little bit about Wimbledon. Yep, it's got a very strict dress code. In fact, your granny goes there sometimes. She used to go every year, but now she goes to Queen's every year, which is another grass tournament in London. Fairly prestigious, not quite at the same level, but it's easy to get into, a little bit cheaper, and you can see some great players.
Oh, are there any great British players?
Well, I thought you'd never ask. Well, the current one is a Scotsman called Andy Murray, but last I checked, he was retiring through injury. But then again, I did hear a little inkling, or a little rumor that maybe he's gonna have another crack at it this year. But he won Wimbledon a couple of times, and it was very exciting because the first time he won it was the first time in about 70 years somebody British had won it. So yeah, your daddy's been trying to arrange to play with your Auntie Vary, but every time we arrange to play, it starts raining, which is not much good. So your daddy's a bit out of practice, but every year, your granny and your grandpa like to go on holiday up to the north of Scotland, and tennis is a big part of our holidays up there. In fact, we play it every day. and your daddy's going up there in late August to join them. And we go up to a place called Aviemore, and we love to play tennis. It's a great outdoor game, and maybe one day I'll teach you to play it, little B. You're a bit too small because I think this racket's about the same size as you are. Now, your daddy's very excited because he's coming to see you on Monday, and hopefully if the weather's nice, we'll go for another nice picnic, because that's what we did last time. We went for a picnic up at Cannock Chase, and it was some lovely weather, and Brodie discovered it was very amusing to throw a ball at his daddy's head and watch his daddy collapse oh too dramatically. And he made some wonderful laughing sounds, and he's almost talking now. He can sort of say hi, and well, he sort of has a noise for a dog, and he did point at me and say "Dada," which was very, very exciting. But he also pointed at a lot of things and said "Dada." But you got to take the little victories. So I'm driving down to see him. Oh, are you driving now? Oh yeah, I got fed up with trains, so I thought I'd just hire a car each time. Bit of freedom. Oh, well, good. So yeah, there you go. I'll see you on Monday then, little B. Your daddy can't wait because he loves you very, very much. And until then, we'll say bye, Brodie. Bye, Brodie. And see you soon. Bye. Bye.